Welcome to live chat. Hey, the live chat is open. So there is a chance that I just accidentally hit the wrong button when I was like trying to get this uploaded really fast. So anyway, take two. So today's the Ace of Spades, and we are wishing Princess Diana a happy birthday, wherever she may be. And let's just start out with a quick card spread to see what. Let's ask specifically about today. What kind of universal energies are we all dealing with? Hey, Jeannie. Okay, so we get a King of Hearts, the Nine of Hearts, and the Ace of Diamonds, Six of Clubs on the bottom. So maybe we're all feeling expanded and emotionally gracious. Hi, Cosmic Sunflower. This is about opening up energetically, and I've found it's probably Jupiter in Cancer, but I've found this natural openness and connectivity between people that's been really nice. I mean, I lived in Boulder for a while, and I would visit Fort Collins. I was there for 4 years, and I would go back and forth. I've been here the vast majority of the time, but during that little stint in Boulder, I got to really feel the difference of the energy of a city or a town, and the auric fields were radically different. So the auric fields in Boulder were much more tightly wrapped around people, and they weren't, sorry, really loud helicopter. They weren't inclined to just say hi casually. But in Fort Collins, people's auras were more relaxed and more spacious. And I think chances are the more crowded a city is, the more people there are, the tighter they keep that auric field wrapped around. And if you're out in the country, of course, or if there's more space, you're just more relaxed. But anyway, this says to me, people's auras are relaxing and they're connecting with each other. Nine of Hearts is this infinite love energy, this unconditional love energy. And maybe there's an opportunity to heal something with some people today. But it also says really pay attention to your own self-esteem and your own self-messaging in the midst of whatever social connections are happening right now. Because if Jupiter's in Cancer, if we're getting kind of a more, if social interactions are being highlighted, then you're going to get an opportunity to sort of see how you're operating in the midst of that and maybe what some of your triggers are. Ace of Diamonds. Hi, Green Knight. It's awfully nice to see you here. Ace of Diamonds is about really valuing yourself in the context of all of that social interaction and saying, I'm precious, I'm valuable, I have been learning. And I'm going to make a video about this in my other on my other channel, but I have been learning to really, really cultivate presence and stay in my body and be in a place of self-love and being free to experience what's there to experience instead of being distracted by basically mind, whatever mental function tells you where you should go, what you should be doing, the caretaking program, the money-making program, the survival program. It's like, no, I just want to be like a child in nature and be present like a child is in nature and just, get so wrapped up in it that you're not thinking about yourself or about how you're thinking about stuff. So I don't know what there's these new little symbols. There's a little purple box that says number 1 under Green Knight Prime, hello, and then a number 2 is in a white box, but they both have like little crowns or something. So I don't know what this is, but LGHE 238DS says, I love the cards and you too. Well, thank you. That is so sweet. So let's get into the aces since we have enough people here. Numbers are climbing very rapidly. Yay! And we did talk about Six of Clubs last time, and I just have to say, like, I have a lot of them in my life, but I ran into one of them and I was like, oh, she's the Six of Clubs. And my Queen of Clubs buddy is like, when's your birthday? And she just totally rubbed me the wrong way again. And maybe it's because she's a Cancer and just needs to be more self-protective, but it was like, oh, this is like so rubbing me the wrong way. And she wanted to know nothing about the Six of Clubs. I was like, well, they're nasty bitches. That's what you need to know about the Six of Clubs. Because you're a nasty bitch. No, not really. Anyway, yes, we all can be. It's a virtue. It's just an archetype, that's all. So the Ace of Spades, to me, is the most... no, I want you to do this first. Here's your little assignment. We're going to do composites. I've been dancing with our composite queen, and you all know who I mean, Jeannie. She's the genie in the bottle, the genius of composites. And I don't know if it bugs her when I say that, but she's just like really enlightened me about the power of this. So I've discovered this formula with the kings that's absolutely fascinating. And so I'm thinking, okay, you're welcome. What do the aces do to you? Okay, so here's the simplest one you can do. Add the ace of hearts to your card, which means go up one. It's 1. The numeric value of the 3 hearts is 1. You don't need to know the numeric value of your own card. Just go up 1. So for the 5 of spades, it would be the 6 of spades. That's what the ace of hearts does to you. So 5 of spades, tell me, what is the 6 of spades to you? How do you feel about the concepts of karma, destiny, fate, you have to do this. This is the path. You have to do this. This isn't optional. For me, as a 7 of diamonds, it would be the 8 of diamonds. And I named it the asshole card because I think I'm cultivating my own asshole archetype. I'm finding my power, my voice, trying to be the CEO of my own life. 5 of diamonds, yours would be the 6 of diamonds. And in this class that we just completed, we decided we're getting together next Sunday, not to teach a class, but just we love hanging out. So we're going to... Anyone's welcome to join us, but we're going to be talking about self-composites and another way to do composites. I'll talk about that more later if you want to join us just for free, and I can just send you the Zoom link. But Robert and Jeannie and Jean and I were talking, and we're the 6. We were the 5, 6, and 7 and 9 of diamonds in this class. It was so cool. But anyway, okay. Okay, maybe I just gotta back up and read comments. Okay. Green Knight. Green Knight, will you tell me what your name is? I saw your name on like some Instagram thing. Is it Robert? I don't remember. Just tell me your name. I need to know about the Ace of Clubs and it being my ascending Pluto. You got it. We are going to talk about the Ace of Clubs because guess what? When I add my card to my card, because I'm a Leo 7 of diamonds, so it is also my planetary ruler, I get the Ace of Clubs. That is my self-composite. When Jeannie adds her 5 of diamonds to the 9 of diamonds, so each one of those has gone chunk, chunk. It's 2 away from the 7 of diamonds in either direction, which means it also adds up to the Ace of Clubs. We have the same self-composite. And it's really fun. It's amazing. So yes, we'll be talking about the Ace of Clubs, and it is the card of self-knowledge, curiosity. Woohoo, I'm number 2. Well, it says you're number 1. Do you see the little purple number 1? Top fans, number 1 fan. That's what it says. Oh, that's ridiculous. It just has to do with how many times you've commented, probably. I want to take that away. That's ridiculous. Okay. Now I remember one. I don't want to rewind now. I'm finding financial responsibility. 6 of diamonds. I'm so irresponsible as a 5. So that's how the 6 of diamonds feels to Jeannie. It's like, ugh. Yeah, so maybe the Ace of Hearts, like how can we interpret that? Maybe self-love? If you add self-love or inner child, maybe what is your inner child asking for? That could be, I'm overall irresponsible being a 5 of spades, right? Ronnie, okay, thank you. Right, so odd cards don't want to go to even cards because they're boring and structured and they require us to show up and be consistent and have a schedule. Odd or even cards don't like odd cards because they need everything to be planned out and predictable and they need to be functional. So okay, 2. We have a 2 of spades here. How does the 3 of spades feel to you? So 2 of spades is right here, and then the 3 of spades like opens it up to a lot more possibilities. Maybe being pulled in 2 different directions. You like being number 1? Okay. Okay. We're talking about aces, so that's number 1. So that would be the ace of hearts. Just go up 1 and just, so here's my assignment to you. Find the phrase, find what it means. That's the formula. And you find it by looking at how it feels to you, what is required for you to go there. So in the spiritual spread, of course, they're going to be part of your moon triangle, or whatever you want to call these cards that are like, that surround you. Like we could call it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We could call it all 8 cards that surround you. And I bet every single one has a name of some kind, a designation, or how it feels to us. So the card, your card plus 1 is there. Okay, you guys, I have something crazy to say. And it's, it might frighten you a little bit. What if we started subtracting? Does that scare you? What if you take the ace of hearts away from you? It's weird, isn't it? The 7 of diamonds would go to the 6 of diamonds. I don't know what subtraction means. It creeps me out a little bit, so I'm not going to talk anymore about it. But if you've ever thought about it, you know, it's another math problem, I guess, because then the 6 of diamonds plus the ace of hearts equals the 7 of diamonds. And if you are the card that something equals, you're working with that subtraction thing. If you are the composite, you are the composite for, and I've thought about doing this, what are all the combinations that add up to 33? That's the 7 of diamonds. And how can I look at those? Because, okay, so I can answer this one for you. Oh, maybe we're onto something. 6 of diamonds is my sister-in-law, who is Stuart's sister, my partner of 14 years, but she's also the wife of my brother since 1976. And we've been very, very close. And so her card here, 6 of diamonds, she has Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn. The ace of hearts is her Saturn card. She has cultivated her relationship to her inner child. I mean, yes, it was hell at first, and the whole realm of having babies was very difficult. Lots of miscarriages. Didn't have kids until they were together for 14 years. That'd be like Stuart and I just starting to have kids after all this time that we've been together, because they had big issues to get over. So they got into therapy and blah, blah, blah. And then they had 3 kids, a lot of miscarriages in there. But then how I see it is the long-term goal, because Saturn is the long-term, it's the big hill that we're climbing our whole life, right? She's cultivated her relationship to the inner child. And if I'm feeling out of sorts and disconnected from my inner child, she's the person I call. I talked to Janet, the 6 of diamonds, about the ace of hearts to get to myself. Oh my God! It's a whole new thing. It's a whole new freaking thing. How do I get to myself? I have to write this down. How do I get to myself? This is the victory of today. And today is the class, today is the what? July 1st. It is the what? Oh, I'm going to read your comments now. Okay, LGHE238. Can you just give us like a name or something else that we can call you? Some people think that Queen of Diamonds is more dynamic than King of Diamonds. Your thoughts? I love your question. I have a lot to say about the difference between those two. And I think we need to ask the question too, because it's popped in my head for the first time in my entire life, because there's some kind of amazing alchemy here. Numbered cards the men should look to the queen. Even numbered women should look to their king. That is definitely true. And I don't know how I just came up with that. But odd card men tend to go to the king instead because the king of diamonds is in Mars. It's Mars, Venus. They're managers of people. They're the consummate business owner. They're the king in their own kingdom. They're calm because they see the path before them and they feel empowered. They have a king of hearts behind them, supporting them, emotionally mature. The six of hearts says, I know how to communicate in a caring way. I am aware of all of my employees and the people around me, all the good little people that I love so and that I'm here to serve. This is the high vibrating king of diamonds. And most of them are this way. They have all these even cards in front of them and they know where to go and what to do. And so they're sane and calm. And our entire culture is molded after that Mars even carded energy. The Mars and Jupiter line, I don't know why, but that's the world that Americans are forced to live in. And some of us just don't freaking like it because we're because we're odd cards and our hands are filled with odd cards. So anyway, this is my Mars talking. I have a lot of Mars in my Mercury. And I need to just take a little heat out of it for a second. And the Queen of Diamonds, the way she's different is she's all about the alternative view, the spotting the difficult thing that needs to be talked about. The Saturn that she is cultivating throughout her life is the Seven of Clubs, which can be negativity and so forth, but it's discernment. They can feel when something's off. Their Nine of Hearts in Jupiter makes them very compassionate, competent counselors. All of the cards in the Saturn hand are going to give them a dysfunctional family. So if you're a diamond female, you will have a dysfunctional family to some degree that is hugely shaping to your life. Well, I mean, that's true of everybody, right? But it's not true of some people. My sister-in-law, for example, really functional family, took off like an arrow, shot into the realm of success and fulfillment her whole life. I don't really begrudge her that because she's really awesome. But anyway, that's a fun thing to play with, isn't it? So, okay, moving on to the next comment. Green Knight, Ronnie. Ronnie says, I like schedules, I just can't follow them. Yeah, same here. I like them. They kind of help me get my head together. I pretend to have a schedule and then I just kind of go from there. Write it down and then just let life unfold. That's how I work. Aces, Jeannie says, aces are ruled by the sun. The sun shines a light on whatever it's shining on, like a highlighter. So adding the ace of hearts makes me need to check on my passion, because if I'm passionate, I can be passion and the not care about the money, then have to deal with the lack of financial. She's talking about being a Five of Diamonds, adding the Ace of Hearts and getting the Six of Diamonds. So it's shining a light on her need to be financially responsible. Need to check on my passion, because if I'm passionate, I can be, she'll clarify, passionate and the need not to care about the money, then have to deal with the lack of financial responsibility. Aces shine like the sun. So we are going to experiment with adding each one of the aces to us. So next, figure out how you want to add 14 or the Ace of Clubs. It will take you one suit and one number higher. So this should be the Eight of Clubs for me. Or is it? Eight of Spades. It's the Eight of Spades. It will take you up a suit and up a number. That feels really intense for me. In fact, when I was doing this list of self composites, if I add my composite self, which is the Ace of Clubs, Seven of Diamonds plus Seven of Diamonds, to the Seven of Diamonds, my Sun card, because I'm going to add it to all of my cards. Jeannie was teaching me about this. I get the Eight of Spades. So that's the self-knowledge. Ace of Clubs is really going to up your game. It's going to be a tough one. Cosmic Sunflower says, Saturn being the hill we have to climb really gets me. Mine is 10 of Clubs, and I have Saturn in the third house. I just feel so compassionate towards you, and I don't even know why yet. Mine is the 10 of clubs, and I have Saturn in the third house. Getting higher education has been a hard goal filled with interruptions. Right, but you're compelled to do it, right? It doesn't matter to other people the way it matters to you because Saturn is important. I think we could add that to the list of Saturn descriptors. This feels really important to me. It's really difficult, but it's really important. Yeah, and I also think that the 2 of spades, defining what they believe, the 10 of clubs, and becoming visible with what they believe, I think is very challenging to them because they like hanging out down in that Neptune line. They'll support everyone else. They're going to be about everyone else, and they're really good at it. They're really good at supporting other people and seeing their gifts and their values. And then when it comes to them saying, when someone says, what do you believe? What do you think? What's your paradigm? I think that when they do get to a point of finally sharing their paradigm, it will blow you away. So if we take Greg Braden, for instance, who is the 2 of clubs, and you add the King of clubs, which is his Mercury card, and it's also his male card, his man card, and it's the mastery of knowledge, you get the King of spades. No, you get the 2 of spades, a fully realized 2. And it is his destiny to impart his paradigm. I think we need to look at the entire hand of every one of our number. So this is this whole king thing that I revealed at the end of this class that on Sunday that wrapped up. We were looking at all the relationship tools. And at the end, I was like, I gotta share this with you guys. Yeah, actually, I want to teach a class on it, like a one-time workshop that lasts maybe 2 hours. I would rather do it that way because it is so rich and I'm so new at looking at it. Yeah, so anyway, 2 of spades, 10 of clubs as a Saturn card. It's the long, slow hill that you're climbing. I really like that. Artist Seer, hello again. Catching live. This is Mary, your 7 of diamonds, 9 of clubs ruler, saying hi. Oh, I love that. Your 7 of diamonds, 9 of clubs. Yeah. So let's try this, 7 of diamonds, 9 of clubs. Let's get the composite between those two. So it would be 33 plus 22. Do you realize the 7 of diamonds, the value of their card is 33. The 5 of spades, their next card, is 44. The Jack of hearts, their Venus, is 11. And their Mars card is 22. So they have 33, 44, 11, and 22. Is that just freaking intense? I think that's really freaking intense. So 33 plus 22 is 55, which is another master number, which minus 52 is the 3 of hearts. 3 of hearts is your composite to self card. How do you feel? This is a learning question for all of us. How do you feel about the 3 of hearts, which would be small groups of people, love triangles, relationships that have to express themselves in an alternative way? They're kind of Uranian. How do you feel about super hyper Gemini energy, connective people, communication? It's Mercury in the mundane spread, but in the natural spread, it's Mercury Mars. So it's about passionate, activating communication. Jeannie, is that it? Activating communication. Communication that activates us, moves us to action. How do you feel, Artist Seer, about the 3 of hearts? Because that would be your composite to self card, and I would like to explore what is the composite to self? For Jeannie and I, it's our obsession, the Ace of Clubs. I want to know myself, plus I'm insatiably curious about all kinds of shit, and rabbit holes are my favorite thing to go down. So, yes. Oh, this is so fun. Jeannie, basically before spending money and taking action, she's talking about the Six of Diamonds, I need to check on how truly passionate I am about what I'm doing. Okay, so where does passion come into it? What's the Mars? Are you talking about a Mars connection of some kind? Or the Ace of Hearts is your ascending Pluto, and we talked about that a couple weeks ago. But what's the passion thing you're talking about? Is there a Mars? Anyway, um, so the Ace of Clubs brings out the Six of Hearts in me. Yes, you go up on the next suit. So a spade would go to a heart if we think of it as a circle. So this Six of Hearts. Oh, Ronnie, how do you feel about the Six of Hearts? Jeannie and I just had a really great conversation about the Six of Hearts. And you had a much broader, richer, more descriptive words that you brought to it. It's about caring, connections, understanding people, the peacemaker. It's ameliorating, it's gentle. The way I experience these people is the archetype of the nurse or the hostess. That's she's got you covered. She's got you covered. There's this care, and she does sit Mars. So they can be feisty. They can say things that they're going to regret. But the Six of Hearts, that's my sister-in-law, is so, she is like Jesus, man. She is so mild and gentle and sweet and good and kind. She's the one that had that really functional family, super functional family. Her mom is the Ten of Diamonds. Her dad is the Four of Spades. So look at that. Mom is Ten of Diamonds propping me up this way. Dad is Four of Spades propping me up the other way. And I'm this pinnacle between them. I represent their accomplishment somehow. I mean, look at that little picture. It's like, ooh, that's pretty nice. That's crazy to think about. Just those pictures are so symbolic and so powerful. And so that Ten of Hearts sitting under her, she's very successful as a music professor at Metro State. She's become the director of her department, leading the music department. She has choirs, she conducts, she's very, very competent with groups of people, and yet incredibly humble. Just one of the best kinds of people in the world. Okay, going back to comments. So Six of Hearts, Ronnie, how are you feeling about that? Because when you add Ace of Clubs self-knowledge to that, I'm just going to make a little note here. The Five of Spades plus Ace of Clubs is the Six of Hearts, which is your descending Neptune. So do you have some illusions about what people really need? Is there a I care too little or too much? I didn't say enough to this person. I said too much to that one. How does that express for you, Ronnie? Yes, the Ace of Hearts is also my ascending Pluto when I forget all responsibility and just play. I come back transformed in my body and spirit. My mind is clear, and I also share a mutual connection, Ace of Hearts. Yes, the mutual Mercury and Moon connection between Five of Diamonds and Ace of Hearts. So she's like, when I do that ascending Pluto of just being in my inner child and playing, it also represents the birth of something brand new in your life, the birth of a new love. So it could be loving a person, like a baby or just a new friend, or just doing something that you love. That's a great summing up. The hearts are all passionate. Oh, I am passion. So the Ace of Hearts, I am passion. Let's say I am with all of them. Ace of Clubs would be I am knowledge, or I am consciousness. Oh my gosh. Hello, Dr. Sue. One love, one heart. Let's get together and be alright. One love, one heart. Let's get together and be alright. Okay, everybody. Bob! Bob, the Six of Spades. I just watched One Love. Bob Marley died at 36, the year of the 10 of Diamonds, reaching the peak of visibility, changing the world. The Six of Spades, a person of consequence. David Bowie, Elvis Presley, Stephen Hawking, Kim Jong-un, all the Six of Spades. God, don't you just love him? I was like, I want to meet that guy. Okay, that's what you sparked, Dr. Sue. Yes, I have illusions that maybe I care much, or I care too much. Yeah. Or do you have illusions about the karmic relationships in your life? Is there a certain blindness to, oh, I have a really important connection with this person. I need to pay attention to it. You know, I have to say this, Ronnie, because you finally put your finger on something that I feel about the Five of Spades that I've never been able to put this into words, but it's like there's this film on their ability to really, really see you clearly, or it's a filminess. And it could be because we're right next to each other, and I have Six of Hearts when I add to the Ace of Clubs. Right, my Mercury card, I get Six of Hearts for Mercury because I'm adding Ace of Clubs to it, my self-composite. And so is that me having some, I don't know, Pluto? I can be triggered by all my karmic relationships, but yeah, it's a weird dynamic and it never feels malicious. It just feels like I feel like I'm not being seen clearly or communicated with clearly, and I don't necessarily feel that way with you, Ronnie. It's just I just had to put that out there. Feel all right. Ace of Clubs puts me at the Three of Hearts. Okay, so the spades turning into hearts. That's kind of trippy, isn't it? Because that Three of Hearts is also a card in your hand. Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. She is your Pluto. That Three of Hearts is your Pluto card. Whoa. So this kind of highlights, okay, this is something that when I was having this rip-roaring conversation with Jeannie about composites just before I came on, Mars kept coming up. And I was like, I don't even like Mars. And it was like, I'm Mars to myself with the distance between the Nine of Hearts and the Seven of Diamonds. And like, I don't just light up and get excited when I see a Mars connection. I'm like, it's intense. It's going to be really intense. And I am really intense. I'm an intense communicator. I'm a lot. I think anyone, and Jeannie and I talked about this, any one of those double vibration cards, the Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, down that diagonal, they're a lot. They're like a double portion of whatever planet. But obviously, so what I'm saying is that I'm here to work with Mars. So that Pluto energy, cosmic sunflower, you've got a double intense relationship with that particular card, the Three of Hearts. So I don't know, maybe we could say, is there a lot of Mercury in your life? Is there a theme around Mercury? We need to validate that we have themes around certain planets, certain planetary dances. I mean, Mars for some people is just like, oh yeah, just get her done. And it's not a big deal. They're practical. That's what Mars is for them. And for other people, it makes them angry. And, some planets are a big deal to some people and not to others. All I wanted to say about that. Okay, she's going to talk about this Three of Hearts. That energy triggers naughty indecisiveness. I love that you said naughty indecisiveness in me. However, I've met lifelong interesting friends when I had a Three of Hearts in my spread. Naughty indecisiveness. Are you English? Naughty. Yes, all threes split your attention between this and this. So we might even say, what is the role of indecision in your life? So Ace of Clubs, self-knowing. Sharon. Marvin Gaye. Was he the Six of Spades too? The Three of Hearts is a girls just want to have fun card. Girls just want to have fun. They just want to know they have options in love. They do need to learn to let go of the past, because then friendship turns into resentment. You need freedom in love with open communication. Yes. Oh my gosh, really? Another really powerful person of consequence. That's fascinating. I don't know much about Marvin Gaye, but I just know that he died because his dad killed him. And he wrote the song Sexual Healing, and it's like, how many people are talking about sex that way as a healing experience instead of something to be exploited? And you said my shadow card is an Ace of Clubs, and self-knowing sounds really accurate. Wow. Eight of Spades, to me, the composite with self-knowledge, and that it's like it's all about discipline for me. I would say so far what we're finding is that it's something difficult. It's like upping your game. Definitely feels like a challenge at this point, something that you in particular have been working on. So Sharon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, your Uranus card, and the reversal card, or mirror. It's her mirror card, because see how, just look at the symmetry. 1, 2, in from the bottom, 1, 2, in from the top. So that's the reversal card. So she's got a little nexus around the Ace of Clubs. So that would take you to the Seven of Hearts, I think. So you go up a suit and up a number. So forgiveness, Sharon. Forgiveness, letting go of the past emotionally, looking at your emotional attachments with people, grudges, the tendency to hold them in a fixed place emotionally within you, and then being able to let go of that obstruction and reach for a higher frequency of love. And that's what sevens are. Eventually they can become this alchemical thing that takes you to a higher level. And so 6 is sort of like a number of completion, and so 7 is like, let's up your game now that you've got. 6s to me feel like they have their shit together, they've arrived at something, and the 7 is like, let's up your game to a whole different level. And I would think that initially, before they figure that out, I would think that 7s are triggering to them in general. Just kind of, I don't know, they can inspire them, but they can also like rub them the wrong way and like be like, oh my god, they're like into conspiracy theories and fairies and shit. Just like, oh my god, get in the real world. Because that's that's how I think of 6s. But when you figure out that life is about learning and growth and all kinds of stuff, and you get that, you begin to learn and grow, then you're like, oh. So yeah, Sharon, I just had that experience. Okay. Cosmic Sunflower. Oh, I get this now. The role of the Ace of Clubs to my Two of Spades is, if I can know myself and what I need, indecision will cease to be an issue. If I know myself, discipline will cease to be an issue. Jeannie, if you truly know yourself, financial responsibility won't be a big deal. Ronnie, when you really know yourself, you can navigate all those karmic relationships. You don't have to worry about caretaking. I think Cosmic Sunflower just got the formula. And Sharon, when you really, really know yourself, that's the key to forgiveness. Knowing what was yours and what wasn't yours. And you can just let them go. She moved back from Georgia to Florida, been here a week now. Yeah, how's that going? We've got tongue sticking out and laughter. Bronze Beauty, hello. Welcome to the chat. That hit hard. Oh, wow. This is a pretty snappy class, isn't it? Because, you know, another reason this is a snappy class is because the Ace of Spades does represent the card system, which is today. And it also represents secrets and mysteries and, you know, Mercury, Neptune, things that are hidden in the veil. Could we say vertical Neptune is going to have some aspect of something that's hidden or not clear, not just blurred out like Neptune, but something that's hidden behind the veil? I don't know. My daughter certainly hides behind a veil. Eight of clubs. Yeah, Ace of Diamonds, even though they're really gregarious, optimistic, extroverted, versatile people, they're hiding some secrets. That's for damn sure. That was my dad. Five of Diamonds, Jeannie, are you hiding some stuff? You don't tell everybody everything, do you? That's something, it's a skill. It's a skill to not share everything. It's like withhold some things. And there was something else you said in our conversation that reminded me of my friend Jess, my other Five of Diamonds friend. And I was like, oh my God, that is so Jess. Jack of Diamonds, that's my son. Yes, he keeps his little cadre of secrets. It's where he can effectively be mischievous and naughty. Queen of Hearts for sure is going to hide a lot of shit. I live across the veil. You do. You sure do. 100%. Thank you. Hearts and flowers. Okay, so the Ace of Spades is my ascending Venus. So when I am in, okay, there's a mystic that used, I think he invented this word, concressing. Concressing. Like when you think of convex or concave, concave is when it's sunken in, like a concave depression or a convex thing that was sticking out. Concressing, it kind of has this feeling like concressing relationships add to you. So when you are in a concressing, self-actualizing, potentially in the active service, that's the ascending hand. That's how I think of it. It's how I've been working it. And it might be wrong, but because I've just gone into obsessionville with people with the Ace of Spades and the I've gone not so virtuous with that with people. But I can also say when I'm in that place, they share their secrets with me. I am a very trustworthy confidant. I have what I call bobcat medicine, where you're reading an animal speak and they're like, you'll find that people tell you their things that they keep secret from everybody else. There's this trust thing. Like, I don't know why, but I feel like I can trust you with this information. And when I began practicing and doing my readings about 20 years ago, that was definitely the case. But it was also the case when I was a kid. People just kind of, would move toward me in that way. So I'm going to go back and say the ascending hand works. Yep, that's my conclusion right now. Billy D, hello. Okay, so you guys, I think there's a new feature, and I don't know. Okay, yeah, top fans, there's that button. Top fans. Billy D is my number 4 top fan, even though he just joined. 75 XP. Does that mean that you bought me some XRP? I really don't know what that means. Let's see. I'm gonna hit these dots and see if pop out chat, send feedback. Oh no, I don't know what this means. I don't know what the top fans thing is. XRP. Yeah. Where is XRP right now? It's really been, it's been really volatile. I highly recommend getting a little bit. I mean, like, get $10 worth of it, and it just gives you this opportunity to track it. But everybody says, everybody who knows stuff about this, they're like, get XRP. Like, it's becoming the world standard. And when things finally correct, it's going to go through the roof. I also have a lot of silver, but we're not going to talk about that because I find those kind of shows really boring. So boring. Okay, so, gosh, my vertical Neptune is 10 of clubs. So, Cosmic Sunflower, I know that you are... Oh, I see what you're saying. Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune. If she goes vertical from her card, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, that's what she means. My vertical Neptune is 10 of clubs. I am a closet nerd. I can't escape this 10 of clubs energy. Yeah, that is really funny. It's your long, slow Saturn climb. You're like, oh, I'm just obsessed with learning shit, but I can't tell anybody about it. Not comfortable telling anybody. What's 221? Billy D. Hey, is that your birthday? What's your card? Bronze Beauty. How do you decipher the vertical cards, like assistance to the horizontal or opposing factors? Yeah, that's a very good question because, to be honest, I've never been drawn to look at them. I almost feel like it's Robert Camp's thing. And being, as he's a 33rd degree Mason, there probably is something to that vertical card. Jeannie, do you look at the vertical cards a lot? Like, I will look at cards, like when I'm looking for cosmic connections and that kind of thing, and how cards are related to each other, I bring those in. I see this planetary energy present in your relationship. And I won't say you are this to them and they are that to you, because the way they function depends on a lot on the maturity of the individuals or even age. So I definitely look at them that way. I would say, okay, like if you're looking at your Bronze Beauty, is there a specific, oh, you're the Queen of Spades. Ooh, January 2nd. That means you're one and only possible planetary ruler, unless you're looking at the ascending hand, is the King of Clubs. Okay, so tell me this, Billy D, if we are looking at the ascending hand, which is just going the other direction, so that means you would come over here. Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn. As a Capricorn, your ascending planetary ruler would be the Three of Clubs. Are you a writer, a conceptual thinker? Do you invite people in to think and talk about things? Do you love expanding your mind? Do you like to read, write, talk? Are you eloquent? Do you have a gift with words? Are you a speech therapist? I knew another Queen of Spades who was the lead singer in our band, and she was a speech therapist, very much into expression. Yeah, think about that. I feel like I skipped somebody with something. Oh, Bronze Beauty, we're still talking about... Okay, Jeannie said, yes, I do. So you do look at the vertical. Assistance to the horizontal or opposing factors. I wouldn't say opposing. Oh, Billy D, you guys are buddies and you have a beautiful mind. Oh, you guys are going to start going back and forth, aren't you? That's okay. I like it when you guys riff. But you are a little bit like teenagers in the back of the classroom. So I'll just deal with that. You guys go ahead. Do you think of them as oppositional energy? I wouldn't think of that at all. Okay, so look at your vertical hand. If you were to just write down your vertical hand, and going up would be your Mercury. So Ace of Clubs would be my Mercury. Yeah, I do talk about myself a lot, but I'm also very curious, and I'm pretty good at asking questions, I think. My daughter's insanely good at asking questions. Mercury, Venus. Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and then your own card becomes Neptune, and then Pluto would be your same as your Mercury if you're not vertically under Mars, Jupiter, or Saturn. It fits. I mean, it definitely fits as a hand. But yeah, Bronze Beauty. My birth card is 8 of clubs, Saturn 8 of spades. Not sure what my vertical Saturn is. Okay, so are you an 8 of clubs Capricorn? Is there such a thing? I don't know. No. The first 8 of clubs shows up as an Aries in March. And the next one is Sag. So we don't have a Capricorn 8 of clubs. Well, I think that's a blessing to the world, don't you? Because they're already really bossy. My daughter. Oh, Scorpio. Okay. Your vertical Saturn. Okay, you're just looking at your Saturn card. I get it. Okay, you're a Scorpio. So your vertical Saturn would be Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn. Would be the 5 of diamonds. That is the 8 of clubs, Saturn for sure. Discipline is hard, but also I don't know what I want. I don't know for sure what I want. I'm on the fence about this. I would really like to commit to this thing, but I don't know. I just don't know because there's more data. There's always more data to come in about what it is that you want. Is that true for you, 8 of clubs? Because that is her. And I was like, man, girl, it's like you're 31 forever and ever, because that's the 5 of diamonds is age 31. But I also saw that 5 of diamonds showed up for her a lot. Like it's one of those cards. And as you do some of this composite work with yourself, you're going to see themes. Like, man, this card is this, but it's also this. Like Cosmic Sunflower was saying that 10 of clubs is my vertical Neptune, but it's also my descending Saturn. Yeah, I think it's one of those cards that's going to show up for you. 5 of diamonds is my dad's card, grandma and brother's card. No way. Okay, so they're all the heck all over your life. It depends. Cards that sit above you, starting with 1 with a Mercury connection, you're their Neptune. The card that's just like sits above you in the picture, like north of you, it can be a very spiritual connection. I have several clients that read every 2 weeks that are Ace of Diamonds. Yeah, and that would be the Ace of Clubs / 2 of Hearts for me. And you're moving in that direction too, right? You're moving towards it. A lot of your energy is moving towards it. That ascending Mercury. Yeah. So if you go through the whole hand, yeah, I think that's a compelling study. So yeah, that 5 of diamonds, you also have a mutual Venus connection. So you're gonna just naturally like them and feel good with them, want to hang out with them. But there's something about that energy or who they are that's also gonna challenge you. That might sort of rub you the wrong way too. And we have a very Neptune-Mercury connection. Yes, that one right next to you. I'm the main person she calls if she has a question to ask across the veil. Oh, isn't that interesting? Oh, and we haven't added Ace of Diamonds to anything. Will the Ace of Diamonds help you figure out what you want or value, or help you feel a sense of value? Maybe the Ace of Clubs is what I want to know more about. If I know myself, such and such won't be a problem. If I value myself, such and such won't be a problem. Okay, so add 27 to your card. 33. That'll take you 2 suits away and 1 higher. Okay, so if the Ace of Hearts is, if I love myself, this won't be a problem. If I know myself, I can resolve this. It won't be a big deal. If I value myself, this won't be a big deal. I value myself, therefore, the Eight of Hearts. Emotional power, strength. Oh my God, that is very true. And one of these aces will represent your inner child. It is the suit of your inner child. I think the ace, because it's an A, it's like the Jack, Queen, and King. I think it's another court card. I think maybe it's the page. I think it's your inner child. So the ace of your suit, really contemplate, is that my inner child? So for me, if the Seven of Diamonds connects with their own Ace of Diamonds inner child, they heal emotionally. Eight of Hearts, they develop strength and confidence. They become less afraid of rubbing someone the wrong way. Damn, this is a good class. I am learning so much. I'm really excited about this. Thanks, you guys. This is just so brilliant. We have to do a class every time there's an Ace of Spades. This is blowing my mind. I love it. Billy D says, I'm looking for those Eight of Diamonds. So, Billy, what are you again? You said Queen of Spades, right? Because your karma with them, super intense there, plus the Seven of Clubs karma card to the Eight of Diamonds, it's your ascending Venus card. So yeah, that whole circle there with the Eight of Diamonds, Queen of Spades, Seven of Clubs, just that whole dance that's going on there, plus the Jack of Spades, Ten of Clubs, which Jeannie knows all about. Billy, she calls the Eight of Diamonds the asshole card. I do. If I value myself, the Six of Hearts won't be a big deal, and I don't have to be the peacemaker. I'll be enough for myself. Oh my God, this speaks volumes. If I value myself. So this formula works for Jeannie. I don't have to be the one in between two of my friends that I love, but they hate each other. Oh my God, that's a big deal, isn't it? Isn't that so stressful? And my other Five of Diamonds friend, she found herself in those situations all the time. So it's like something that just shows up for you, the peacemaker. Okay. You looking for the people who owe you karma. You're like, Eight, pay up. That's what Billy D's talking about. I'm looking for them because they owe me with my money. You owe me a lot of money. Yeah, okay. Now, it happens all the time to you. Okay, so if he says Eight of Diamonds owes him because they're renting his house, the Nine of Diamonds owes me because they're renting the house of the Queen of Diamonds. See, it doesn't work for me any other way because I'm the Seven of Diamonds. Okay, so for Stuart, who would owe him? Yeah, who owes my husband money? Turns out it's the King of Diamonds. You don't know any King of Diamonds. Time to find him. Okay. How has karma card people shown up in your life? It's a really good question. How have karma card people shown up in your life? I'm going to just pick a random card in my hand and use that to answer that question. They're usually here to teach me something. That's usually my deal, because Seven of Diamonds has all of the difficult relationship cards, or good emotional relationship cards in difficult positions. Two of Hearts in Saturn, Seven of Hearts in the Moon, Six of Hearts Pluto, Jack of Hearts Venus. All relationships will cost me something, but what I get will be very, very worthwhile. I would say everyone's my karma card. Yay! I'm going to learn so much. It's been really expensive. That's why I don't have any money. But it's all fake anyway, right? I hope it does turn into physical money someday. But I feel so incredibly rich in terms of relationship insight. Yes, I'm just going to say everyone's my karma card. Yep, I'm claiming that as a Seven of Diamonds. But anybody else, feel free to answer that, because I don't know how that feels. I mean, as a Queen of Diamonds, I can say I feel very compelled by and attracted to Three of Diamonds. I really like them, but it's also my Ascending Mars card. I find them compelling. Okay, the other one would be the Nine of Diamonds, and there's a magnetism there too. Huge magnetism. And they're my descending Saturn, so I don't know. Okay, does anybody else have a response to that really good question? Literally brought people together to save time and didn't know they knew each other and hated each other. Literally happened to me 5+ times so far. Good Lord. So that's Jeannie learning to connect with her page, her inner child, 27 plus 31, right? Yep, Six of Hearts. Wow. Jeannie, I just reconnected with an Eight of Diamonds. Wow. Paula, your Nine of Hearts people both support you and challenge you. So it could be great and turn bad, or it can be bad and turn good. You know what? Thank you for that. Obviously, that's my karma card. So obvious I didn't see it. I tend to not see extremely large, obvious things. Like if there's a billboard taking up 70% of my vista, I will notice everything around it. Is that an ADD thing? And then somebody will say, look, read the sign. And I'll be like, what sign? I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, okay. The Nine of Hearts. Yeah, they generally rub me the wrong way. I generally do not like them, and I expected right away that I would love them. Like I had a client. I was a caregiver for old people for a while. I worked for this company called Dignity Care, and this woman was a Nine of Hearts, and I thought, oh, this will be great. Well, she so totally rubbed me the wrong way. She was just overtly rude to me and like talking down to me, just being a bitch. And so my boss is like, you don't have to take the job. A good combination is important to us. And I was like, fuck no, I'm taking this. She's a Nine of Hearts. I got something to learn. This is going to be really cool. And I ended up being her favorite because I think I just got her. And I don't know. I think there was a big impact there because I just sort of gave myself to it. It was very humbling. I humbled myself with her. But the Saturn energy, I find really off-putting. Saturn, it's excessive. Plus, it's a Mars connection, right? And I'm like, kind of weird about Mars. 100%. So, karma card people, Aw, I love that for you. Thank you. Yeah, it was cool. She was bedridden. And like, how can you not be with a person like that, every week, at least every week, and just go, damn, this could be me. This could be me in my 80s. And I was like, she was very smart because she could afford to hire a company to have someone come to her home, a different group of people. It was social connection, it was stimulating, it was interesting, and they came to her. She didn't have to go to some sterile other environment. Anyway, I think we're sort of at the end because, gosh, we've been going for a while. Does anybody else have any brilliant... Oh, no, we didn't add the ace of spades. Oh, my God. We have to add the ace of spades. So that is 40. Add 40 to your card. And then here's a chart of all the numbers of the cards. If you want to screenshot this, I know it's really crappy. There are better versions of this. You can make one of your own. Yes, you can. I did this ages ago. Number 18, 5 of clubs. Oh, yes, the 5 of clubs. They have always rubbed me the wrong way. And I mean, I like them. They're nice people. They're perfectly delightful. And I've always been like, why do they rub you the wrong way? I don't know. But we did figure out that they are something about that placement of that card that Jeannie nailed. It's the reversal. It's the reversal card for the Queen of Diamonds, who is Saturn Mercury. This is Mercury Saturn. That's the reflection. That's right. So here's a nexus around the 5 of clubs for me. So Ace of Spades. So I love myself. I know myself. I value myself. Ace of Spades is I have become realized within myself. I am my own Buddha. I am enough. That's how I would phrase this. Ace of Spades. If I add Ace of Spades, then for me, I have 5 of clubs. I can change my mind. I have an agile mind. I have freedom of mind. I can be open-minded. That's really true. That's actually a very good fit. The more confident I am in myself, the more comfortable I am with different viewpoints. Haven't really gotten there yet politically, but we're trying. We really are. We're really trying. I meet a lot of people, part of the 7 2 friends who are 8 of clubs, and a friend and aunt who are the King of Spades. I do meet a lot of people in the whole karma circle. Like, they're in my family. My mom is the King of Spades. My daughter is the 8 of clubs. I also married the 2 of diamonds / 8 of clubs. Plus I dated another 8 of clubs. Profound relationship. Husband's planetary ruler is the 9 of hearts. My aunt is the Jack of hearts. Don't know as many Jack of hearts, but yeah. Ace of clubs, 2 of hearts. I don't really know a lot of that. But anyway, yes. The 7. That's what, okay, the circle of 7. Yep. Oh my God, it adds up to 6 of diamonds, the revealer of secrets, what I need to know. Harsh or smooth, it doesn't matter. The 6 of diamonds will tell me what's wrong with me. Does it really? When you add 40 to 31, I don't know, one of us is wrong. Oh, I did it wrong. I add to 30. Oh, this is so bizarre. I'm so weirdly distracted. 73. Oh, that's much more meaningful for me, that's the Jack of hearts. Would be the 6 of clubs, wouldn't it? 6 of clubs, not diamonds. Jeannie, so yeah. Why is this so confusing? Because the clubs are so far away from the heart. I'm doing the math wrong. It's not the Jack of hearts. It's 21. The 8 of clubs. Yep. Yeah, I need to take some more ADD medication or something. The 8 of clubs for me. Ugh. That's big. Ace of spades. Is that can I be really firm with what I believe? Is that what that means? The 8 of clubs gives me access to the Akash. When I am fully myself, I am a channel. I'm a channel of divine wisdom. I think that's a good fit. Dela! Oh my God! Why? Oh, you know what? The Ace of Spades is fucking with us because it's the card of secrets. That's why we're making all these mathematical errors. Oh my God. Dela, it is so cool to see you. She is my 7 of Hearts buddy, and she lives in, well, I won't say it because that would be divulging personal information, but I think it is very cool that she lives where she lives. And I didn't get back to your message. Going to Messenger being like, it's been rather intense, but I feel like I'm coming through into to answer your question via text. I feel like I'm coming through into a place of tremendous insight because it's my Neptune period. I'm at the end of my year. August 6th is my birthday, and so it's like it's been one of the most challenging years of my life personally. And I feel like everything is being laid out, and I can see where I've been. I can see why I've been going through this deconstruction, the intensity of my second Saturn return. It makes me want to analyze the 58th year. Okay, so tell me this. What do you think? Do we add the Joker or not? So age 52, there is a connection to the King of Spades because it's the 52nd card. Okay, then what's 53? Is it the Joker or is it the Ace of Hearts? I think it's the Ace of Hearts, which would then make 58 the 6 of Hearts, right? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, the 6 of Hearts. This would be karma, purpose. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really sum up the incredible, profound depth of the difficulty, but Saturn is purpose, and at 58, you will be in your second Saturn return, so maybe there's some juice there. Okay, where are we? The 6 of Clubs is your transformation card. Isn't that crazy? It's like it has a double thing for you. I know, right? And the 8 of Clubs is my transformation card. Does the Ace of Spades give you your transformation card in every case? I don't think so. Okay, 47. I'm going to figure out Dela's. Just because she's a 7 of Hearts and it's really easy. So 47 is the 8 of Spades. No, her transformation card is the Jack of Spades. But that's crazy. Sometimes you find these things. She's from Senegal. She's living in Senegal, y'all. Isn't that so cool? She has had one of the most challenging years she's had personally. Wow. Okay. That's a really, so Dela, okay, been through that second Saturn return. Yeah. Woo! How would you describe it, Billy? Tell us. Yeah, I don't think in every case the Ace of Spades adds up to but it's gonna add up to something significant for you. I think we can count on that. Yeah, there's a karma card relationship to the Ace of Spades for the 7 of Hearts, 8 of Hearts, King of Clubs, 8 of Spades thing. It was awesome. It lit up your mind. Well, that's really cool. Could it be that our relationship to the 6 of Hearts at age 58 will say something about the difficulty of that year. So Dela, how old are you? And then we'll look up that card and see where it sits in your hand. So, it's really trippy is to ask, how was the year of your card? So for me, that would have been 33, 5 of diamonds when you were 31, 7 of hearts when you were 7. $35. Okay, you're going from the 9 of diamonds to the 10 of diamonds. This was your 9 of diamonds year. So letting go, a lot of endings, a lot of things that you valued and cherished went away. And Saturn is Uranus, Mars. And so it's going to be, thunder. It's going to be, the universe is saying, yep, underscore. Uranus has been breaking things up in a fiery and passionate way for Dela. That's a really good fit. Well, 10 of diamonds, maybe you're going to see a lot of money. I think you could become very visible at 36. But let's see. Is there okay, you do have a relationship to the 10 of diamonds. Karma, there's a karma card, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter. You have a Jupiter connection to the Queen of Spades, which is where the 10 of diamonds lives. So this is you up here. So it would be a karma Jupiter, Mercury, Venus, Mars. That's good. Okay, according to the 8. Wait, where's the 7 of hearts? Ace of Spades. Ace of Spades. Ace of Spades to the 10 of diamonds. Mercury, Venus, Mars. So there's a Mars connection there. So you got Mars and Jupiter. Yeah, I think your career is going to really take off at 36. I'm going to catch up. Yeah, she's going to share about what's made it so difficult. Okay, Dela says, yes, Ace of Hearts at 53. Been through that second Saturn return. I got to see, awesome. Lit up my mind. I'm 69 years ancient. 69, dude! So 69 minus 52 would be 17. The 17th card is the 4 of clubs, am I right? Yes, 4 of clubs. So it's been a year to help you structure your belief system, get clarity about what you think. Do you feel particularly sane this year, Billy? Or have you been thrown the homeopathic dose of insanity so that you can become more sane and say, okay, look, everybody, this is what I believe. So just shut up, shut the fuck up. This is what I believe. So how does that correspond for you, Billy? Oh, I know it's thunder that scares Max, my big black lad. He gets so scared. My sister passing has rocked my world, to say the least. Yeah, it was awful. But so many spiritual things happened since then, tapped like never before. Yes, we need to talk about that because it's like you just ran out of F's and you did this spectacular Facebook post that was like, look, I am so tired of hiding. Karma card, Ace of Spades for the 7 of Hearts, y'all. I am so tired of hiding. Here's the deal. These are my gifts and abilities. Just putting it out there. We traded a bunch of past life regressions. Dela and I did earlier this year. It came at a time that we were both just like, I'm not doing anything else. My life sucks. Might as well do this. And so we just tapped the universe. And we both had some incredible experiences. And one of them, I was a black guy named Ralph. And then one, she was a white guy named, did we come up with a name? Did I just refer to him as like Steve or something? It was really funny. It was so perfect. Seems like for the diamonds, the Ace of Hearts bridges to the transformation card. I gotta do them all though. Of course you do. I really feel that my career taking off soon. Good. It's a beautiful number. Ronnie thinks I'm insane. Oh, you are the Queen of Spades, so hello. You are a joker, dude, though. Seriously. The Queen of Spades can be very heavy duty, and your use of humor, obviously, with that King of Clubs is like, lighten it up. So, thank you, Billy. I meant for some diamonds because I haven't done them all. For some diamonds. Oh, okay. I also meant the Ace of Spades. Well, we are fried. Yes, I think we're getting fried. I came all the way out, and I know it was her. Oh, when was your sister's birthday? Like, I don't know if it continues to be relevant after they've passed, but I would be curious to know. Like, was she, I'm seeing her, okay, I'm seeing her being a catalyst for you and being like so motivated that you become what you are meant to become in this lifetime. And doesn't it just feel so good? Didn't you just shake off so much crap? The Four of Clubs energy takes a while to stabilize. The amount of fight and grit in them is inspiring. It's my son's card. Fight and grit. Okay, so Billy's got fight and grit. So this Four of Clubs year for you is the intersection of Mars and Jupiter. Fight, grit, optimism. We can do this. It's a very strong independent card because the Five of Clubs is their karma card, which means they've got this alchemical thing going back and forth between, I know, I'm really sure about this, and then like, but I wonder. And so they open up, they learn more, and they're curious. And then they're like, no, but this is what I'm really clear on now. But there's more. Wait, there's more. Stability. Dela, the regressions are our Earth escape. Totally. Let's just go. Like one time I was like, okay, I'm getting out of this galaxy. I'm gonna have a galactic regression, and let's just try this. I'm gonna go to the Pleiades. Okay, I'm gonna go to this place. Did I decide to go to Alcyon or no? Or was that a channeling I got? Oh yeah, I said to some star family, this was like months before our reading. I was like, you know what? I'm ready to meet some star family. Like, I don't think you'll freak me out. And people came in immediately. Like, this man and this woman just sort of came through the wall. I saw them with my third eye, and they're like, oh yeah, we're your family, and da 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 da. And they started telling me all kinds of stuff. I have it in my channelings book, like 4 pages of like, and this is what's going on with your world, and da 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 da. And then I was like, where are you from? And they go, Alcyon. I was like, I like that word, but I have no clue where that is. And so I looked it up, and it's the brightest star in the Pleiades. And so I was like, let's just hightail it to the Pleiades and see what we can find out there. So I saw a lifetime where I was this little grunt grommet, and I was oppressed. It was a culture that was oppressed by these higher beings that were like really arrogant Nordics, like the elites and Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh my God, we just watched the third one. That whole thing is fucking disclosure. I almost puked about 7 times, and I was like, this was funny and really cool. And now I just feel like the pedophile that directed it is like, okay, they made us make this movie to show you that it's all about freeing the children from the cages underground, or were they just like screwing with us? I was just like, ew, James Gunn, he's a pedophile. I don't know. That was just a lot of mixed bag information there. So let's get back to the chat. I can't remember my white guy name. Well, I knew I was Ralph just like that. Some past life regressions are like, what's your name? Where are you? What year is it? And you're like, boom, boom, boom. Syracuse. It's 19, what was it? It was like 40, it was 40 something. It was World War II. And I was a black guy named Ralph, and I folded parachutes. I was a really good guy. I had humongous arms. I looked down and I'm like, damn, look at that. I've got incredible arms. And then when it was time for Ralph to die and pass on into the in-between state, we're in the in-between, and I'm like, they're like, okay, you can let go of Ralph now because you're just, the same spirit that's Paula now. And I was like, no, I don't want to let go. I want to be Ralph for a while. And I was like standing in front of the elders. I was like, I'm hanging on to Ralph because like, look at these arms. Oh, that was so good for me. Okay. I bring the force of the universe. cusp of power 3, Ace of Diamonds in the building. Hey, Ace of Diamonds, we've been adding your card to our card. It helps us overcome shit. You help people overcome their shit. If you're an ace, think about it. I'm going to help this person get the fuck over this thing that's been really hard for them. And it's going to rub them the wrong way, okay? But, like, if you learn to really value yourself, which I'm going to do as an Ace of Diamonds, I'm going to be like, you are so precious and valued, because I am, aren't I? I'm so precious and valuable and unique. You're the archetype for that. And so then you can gift that other people with that Ace of Diamonds energy. So for me, what did that add up to? I've got it here somewhere. 33 plus 27. Oh, the 8 of Hearts. Yeah, for me to become emotionally like really strong. And like I'm kind of pulling out that 8 of Hearts charming, forceful energy right now. I'll have like a vulnerability hangover later and I'll be like, oh my God, I was such an idiot. I just need to talk to an 8 of Diamonds. Find my confidence. Or Dela, because she's the 7 of Hearts. I wanted to confirm if you were from there. You told me the name of the planet and I couldn't pronounce it when it was time, so I just asked for you to go wherever you were from and you went right there. That's true. Yep. God, that was a trip. So contact Dela if you want a regression. She does them over the distance. I know definitely I had a lifetime as a Pleiadian. Yeah. Yeah, I think a lot of us did. And you can tell people who are like, they've distinctively hung on to their Pleiadian stuff because they tend to be sort of pagans and they smoke a lot of pot. Like, Pleiadian. They're really fun to get drunk with. It was amazing. Yeah, I'm more of a serious gal myself. Serious, Lyran. I would like to be Arcturian in my next, galactic incarnation because I think Arcturians are really cool. They're kind of the intellectual healers of the universe. Does anyone have favorite cards the same way we have astrologicals? Cosmic Sunflower, I love that you asked that because I definitely do. Like, I have an affinity for certain cards and I'm like, oh, it's a 5 of Diamonds. I just love them. And, it turns out we have all these really intense, amazing connections. Like the 5 of Diamonds, they could add themselves to the 9 of Diamonds. It's part of, just because it's their karma card, they don't have to be an Aries to add it to their planetary ruler. But when they add that together, their self-composite is the Ace of Clubs. And my self-composite is the Ace of Clubs, 7 of Diamonds plus 7 of Diamonds. So yeah, I think that we're naturally going to have an affinity for certain cards. I always have that feeling with an 8 of Clubs. Like, it just feels like there's this huge vista that opens up and we could go anywhere. And I just feel like, such a spacious, ancient friendship with them. That high level of information we tapped into, we have to go like, yes, yes. And then Sean David Morton showed up. So he wrote the Sands of Time series. This guy is amazing. Sean David Morton. And I got into reading them, I think, either just before or right after he died. I kind of discovered him just before he passed, I think. And I was like, oh, dude, I totally misjudged this guy. He's incredible. And then he showed up. Like, we went from this kind of dark Pleiadian place to this pillar of fire and light. And it was like a galactic Akash. That's what it was. We didn't know that's what it was for a while, but I kept pulling information out of it. And then Sean David Morton, I asked him the big question about Earth. See, not all these spirits give a shit about Earth anymore. Because, like, I don't know, would you? Like, I just left Gary, and I keep in touch with everyone because I really care about what's going on there. Well, there are some souls who are very invested in what's going on Earth, and they will tell you stuff. And I just asked him the question, how is the battle between good and light going on Earth? And he said, good. Really good, actually. It's going really good. And he said that we were heading for a kind of apex, and he described the flash, the solar flash, like a galactic flash. He described it in a way that neither of us knew what he was talking about for quite a while. He just kind of kept using different words, and then all of a sudden, Dela was like, "The solar flash. Is he talking about the solar flash?" And he said it was going to happen this year, that it was imminent. And he's like, "That's the peak," and then the kind of intensity will start to, he just kind of showed me like a bell curve. So it's building and building up to that, which I kind of feel is imminent, but I don't know, whatever. I don't care if it doesn't happen. Cusp of power. Did you tell us what your card was? Oh, Ace of Diamonds, yes. I'm always confused about my planetary ruler's birth on 420. Do you have any insights? Oh, I would love to tell you about that. And that probably should be the last thing I talk about. I should really go, unless anyone has any other specific questions, because I just love riffing on stuff like that. And I'm going to have to write up this ace thing, because that was really fun, wasn't it? What do the aces do to your card? It's kind of in that same vein of what do the kings do, what do the queens do, what do the jacks do? Okay, so Ace of Diamonds with the planetary ruler. Okay, are you an Aries? Or are you, what's the other one? Is it Pisces? Pisces, Aries, cusp. That's really intense just all by itself, right? Because Pisces is the end and Aries is the beginning. Okay, first of all, I'm going to riff on the Ace of Diamonds, and I'm going to say, you guys are incredibly versatile. Aces, in my mind, are akin to the jokers. There's a certain ability I think that they have to sort of, I don't know, become whatever they want to become. They're creators. They initiate. They're pioneers. So the Ace of Diamonds, as with a lot of the cards, the diamond is going to be the most personable. They just sort of relate to everybody. The clubs will be the funniest. The spades will be the most fully formed and perhaps a little off-putting. But Ace of Diamonds are very personable, and they're Jupiter, Neptune, so they're like they're the absolute. It's Taurus. They're the optimist. That is the intersection of the optimist. I have the imagination, and I have the confidence, and I know this can happen. And then there's the whole delusional thing about Neptune, not assessing things quite as accurately as they should or could, getting carried away by, I don't know, by something. I don't know what. My dad, December 4th, he was a Sagittarian. So you are Taurus, 0 degrees Taurus. Oh, wow. So the 0 degrees means that you do not seem like a Taurus. Is that true? Unless you have other signs and aspects there. Look at me, the amateur astrologer. The 0 degrees is what I've heard is that you are here to learn to become a Taurus. And I would say that Taurus is all about grounding, practical, money and values and possessions. Like they are so freaking here in their lives, in the present. And the Ace of Diamonds just by itself can sort of do this, like, ooh, we could do this and we could do that. Your whole hand being in Saturn brings it down onto the earth. Maybe you can channel all that dream and can do into wherever you decide it's going to go. So for you, it's the 5 of Hearts. I would also look at your ascending Venus, which is the 8 of Spades, and look at how the 5 of Hearts and the 8 of Spades are having a conversation. So ascending is just this thing that I do, where you go to the left and up, or the right and up instead of the left and down. So you go Mercury, Venus, 8 of Spades. Or if you go down, Mercury, Venus, 5 of Hearts. So the 5 of Hearts is very talented and skilled with people. They're very, oh, good. I'm glad. And thank you for that feedback. The 5 of Hearts is the archetype of the bartender. They're very, okay, these are some of the things that I came up with a really long time ago. And I'm sort of out of that fresh mode of like feeling the energy of that card and getting the alchemy out of it. This is what it's really about. And I'm not quite there like I used to be, but when I was, this is what I said about the Five of Hearts. It is the bartender. It is the human buffet, the buffet of human beings. Oh, I'm so curious. I'm so hungry. I want to get to know all these different people endlessly. Like, oh, I want to connect. And I have this huge variety of friends, and we like to go do things. And it's just all about like what we want and need and have an appetite for. And here's a very contrasting interpretation: escape, separating from the group, going off, being alone. It's almost like the negative ion of sociability. Like, woof, I gotta get out of here now. I'm way overloaded with all these drunk people and stupid come-ons, and like the bartenders got to go in nature and do some fly fishing. Okay, sick of drunk people. And they go off and they need to be alone and separate. And so I think there's it doesn't have to be a tension, but it's an ebb and flow. I think socially, I need people, I want people, I desperately need to go off and be alone. And so I would think, as an Ace of Diamonds, being very, very engaged, there's this push pull of I want to be connected, I really don't want to be connected. So, oh, good. Jeannie's weighing in. The 0-degree sun just means for the first 50 years, they're living the life of that sign. At 31, they'll move into Gemini. Often marks an important change in the life of that 0-degree sun person. So 30 degrees in every sign. That's why she's saying 31. Every year, is that right? Every year you move a degree. Wow. So would that mean I'm in Virgo or Libra at this point? Because I think I'm 12 degrees Leo. Anyway, that's fascinating. Not just that, but to start. Two of Spades, Cosmic Sunflower says, I think it could be the 5 of Hearts, your Venus card, if you're Taurus, or 3 of Clubs, your Mars card, if you're Aries, because you're born April 20th when the signs change. So do you resonate with the 3 of Clubs? The versatility, the writing, the mental activity for 30 years. Yes, a degree per year. Thanks everyone for the insights. They were invaluable. I'm over 50. Oh, so did something happen at 30? Jeannie says, I had a huge change when my Aries sun went into Taurus at age 4. Wow. Progress chart, but your birth chart is the blueprint of your soul here in this life. Right. Yeah, so I think I'm actually 11 degrees Leo. So that would be 19 at 19. I was in Belgium at 19. I turned 19 in Belgium, and then my sophomore year. Ooh, yeah. 19 is going to be big for anybody because of the beginnings and the endings, the 1 and the 9, but that was really big for me. And then 30 plus that, right, is 49. So was I in Leo during that time, and then Virgo during that time, and now I'm in Libra? Yeah. I don't know what that means, but Jeannie will tell me. Jeannie says, my sister was born at age 4 and it all changed. Yeah, the sibling came into the picture. So in my chart, I have Aries North Node, 0 degrees, and Chiron. Ooh. So will it be painful to become independent and the pioneer, go it alone, that kind of thing? Does that cause a wound to resurface? Why am I always alone? Like, is that what comes out of that? You should have a look at your draconic chart. Ooh, that sounds scary. The age 29 spread really shook my world. Wow. I just love this revelation. That is fascinating. Yeah, I think 49 was really huge for me. Actually, I had a repressed memory at 48, and 49 was just really hard. It was really hard for quite a while. Anyway, okay, well, I'm going to wrap it up. You guys have all been great. Is there anything else anyone needs to say to anyone else, not just me? Jeannie says, I always find that interesting because a 0-degree north node means you have the same chart as your draconic. It doesn't change. What is draconic? 0 degrees north node? Gosh, there's so much I don't know. Merging spirit, you're living your draconic and birth chart. Right, you guys just said the same thing. So what does that mean that she's living both of those charts? What is your draconic chart based on? Just answer that one thing. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Cosmic Sunflower. Trusting yourself is very important because you are like the embodiment of your high self in its purest form. Wow, and she's the 6 of spades. You've got a tall order this time, Sharon, but I just feel like you have the stature to just like, you've got what it takes to tackle that. It is fascinating. I'm going to take a look at it. I never looked at my draconic chart. North node 0 degrees Aries. Oh, 0 degrees Aries because Aries is the first sign. Okay, that's the connection. Ooh, just felt a little nauseous. Is it really coming up on 3 o'clock? That means we're nearly at 2 hours. Wow, that is some big discovery, you guys. Oh, this class was incredible. I really do have to go. Okay, I'm going to end it in just a few moments. Anything else? Do you guys know how to find each other if you need to? Like if you click on each other's little icons? Do you want to share any emails or anything? Oh, yes, it was. Thank you, everybody, for all of your insights. This one just totally rocked. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. What? You're in Cape Town, South Africa? There's 2 of you on the African continent. Gosh. You can all reach out to Dela's email site or email. She's just so cool. I can say that the last few lessons have helped me to step into that energy. Good. That was your soul's intention before your soul entered your body in your mother's womb. Yes. Nice. I feel like that was such a special thing to discover that about Sharon and have her be held by astrologers who know what that means. Okay, I'm going to end it. I love you guys. Thank you again. Yes. Oh, good. One more. The calculation for the draconic chart is that you bring the north node back to 0 degrees Aries. So if they were born with that north node, they're living their draconic chart. I kind of know what that means. It's like you take that north, wherever the north node is. For me, I'm pointing over here because it's Taurus, which I think is my 8th house. So then you would just crank that back and then it would rotate the whole chart. So then would things be in different signs and houses? but the same relationship to each other, right? The same equidistant, the same shape, so to speak. Why do they call it draconic? It's like, it's not draconian, is it? Yeah, and her name is Sharon. Billy, merging spirit is Sharon. 6 of Spades. Okay. All right. Well, thanks again, everybody. And we will see you next Tuesday at 1, if not before. Yes. Thank you for all of your insights, everybody.